What's up, everybody? I just got the email that I, along with several other super talented Nashville drummers, will be auditioning to play drums for the Swon Brothers. So I was thinking, why not make a video on how I personally prep and prepare for an audition? So first things first, I always see what songs they want you to learn, and then I set up a playlist, a learn playlist. Then I will sit down and start charting out all the songs. The Swon Brothers sent me an Audition file, like a zip file to download for Ableton. So I've opened up the Audition folder, and it looks like everything is already plugged in, so that means I don't have to plug in the individual tracks, which is awesome. So there's my 4 songs. This looks like how they've got their Ableton session set up, which is totally cool, but I'm gonna go ahead and come out of that. I'm gonna show you guys how I set up my Ableton session, because it's a little bit easier for me to navigate, and everybody has, different ways of setting up their Ableton sessions. For the purpose of this video, I'm gonna show you guys how I do this. So you saw how they have theirs set up, but this is how I've got mine set up. So I moved my click all the way down here to the end, and then I put my cues next. I put any loops or drum percussion is always in the 3rd column. We move into guitars, any keys, synth or synth bass as the next few slots over. My last few slots are always BGVs or vocals or gang vocals. I don't know how they're gonna have the stuff routed down here, but I've got my Focusrite interface, so I'm gonna click that. And my outputs 1 through 8 looking good. There's several ways that this could go for the audition tomorrow. Normally, I do my drum loops down 1 and 2. Guitar World would go down 3 and 4. Keys and synth down 5 and 6. BGVs down 7. And then I put my click and cues down 8, which it's already routed that way. That, for me, seems to be the easiest way to navigate in setting up a session. Now, they could have theirs completely different. If that's the case, I'll have to reroute some things, which is totally fine. But I always set up my click, cues, etc. down the line this way, so that if something like a track seems to be a lot louder than the other tracks, I can easily navigate and come in and say, this acoustic guitar right here is way too loud. Let's take it down a couple of dBs. From there, pull it down -5 dB. And that's just easier in general for me to be able to navigate that for the audition, and it just makes everything a lot smoother. It's easy for me to see while performing behind the drums so that I can troubleshoot any problems that may occur. You just want it to look real clean and professional. So that's how I set up my Ableton session. People always ask me if I ever get nervous before an audition or during the audition process, and the answer honestly to that is yes. I mean, I always get, a little bit of the butterflies in the stomach even before I go out and perform on stage. The nervousness or the fear, I guess, never really kind of goes away. It's just all about how you handle it. For this audition, of course I'm a little nervous, but I just know who I am, and I'm just gonna go in and be me. Don't try to be something that you're not, or change the way that you play or your personality on how you think that they want you to be. Just go in and let your personality shine and just play. Now, something I would recommend is maybe recording your audition, like record yourself, set up a little GoPro camera so that you can watch it back after the audition and maybe see a few things on how you could, improve on as far as your playing. Recording yourself is a great tool. I would like to point out, though, that you should always ask the artist or band that you might be auditioning with or rehearsing with if you can record yourself. Some people may not be cool with it. Your biggest thing is you want to be super easy and chill to work with. So I would always ask the artist or band if you could record yourself.
Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Woo! Son! Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. I don't need to hear anymore. You're awesome.
Okay, you're really good. Thank you, guys.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Like, I have 3 things. I want to make sure, 1, that you can play with a click and fire a track, because that is not always the case. Some of the best drummers I've ever heard in my life, they're not in that world. And then I want to make sure you're not. I don't feel like you're a serial killer. Just talked highly about you.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, man. So where are you from?
I'm from Atlanta.
Cool.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Nice.
Dude, you freaking rock, man.
Oh, thank you.
Golly.
Yes. I like the snare drum.
Yes, honestly.
That
no,
thing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That thing sounds so good in my ears.
That's
I'm
a
like,
great sound.
oh crap.
anyways, that's my.
Sound great, dude.
That's on my
I mean,
thing.
That
Yeah.
felt so good as a player.
Well, man, I appreciate it, dude.
How long you been playing, dude?
About 16 years now.
Nice. How old are you,
16,
man?
17. I'm 30. I'll be 31 in May.
Dude, I do not believe you.
Got good genes.
I'll tell you what.
So the audition went super well. I had a blast. I unfortunately did not make the cut, but it's totally cool. It was honestly a really cool opportunity. Even if you don't make it, doesn't mean it's the end of the world. It's not that you were a bad player. It's just all about the right fit and timing. My first audition in Nashville back in 2018, I really thought that I was gonna get it. When I listened to the artist's music, I thought, man, this is simple, it's gonna be awesome, I'm gonna get to go out on tour. But unfortunately, I didn't get it. And I just left so discouraged. I let it affect me more than it should have. I should have honestly just stayed in faith, knowing that my time would come. Less than a month later, I got the call to go out with a bigger artist. I would just like to encourage anyone that may try out or audition for something and maybe not get the gig or the part, don't get discouraged. Stay positive, stay in faith, and know that your time will come. Don't give up.